What's up, chat? Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. Hope everybody is enjoying their week. It is Thursday evening, and we're gonna start off the stream again by finishing up editing that video that we started yesterday. Because I actually had a lot of fun, and it allows me to do two things at once, right? So it allows me to be streaming while I'm creating for my YouTube, right? So I'm essentially knocking out two birds with one stone, and it allows me to involve you all in the process, right? I actually posted a tweet. Let me see here. I'm going to pull this over. So, I got this tweet, yeah, right? So I put this tweet up last night, and I really want to start adding more stuff to my YouTube channel, right? I want to start doing more with it. Because I don't want to, I want to be a creator, right? I want to be a content creator. I love playing Fortnite. I enjoy playing Fortnite. I enjoy making Fortnite videos. But I want to do more, right? I want to do more creating, and I have a passion for doing this kind of stuff, right? I enjoy editing videos. I enjoy putting stuff together. And I want to branch. I want to branch out. I don't want my brand to only be Fortnite, right? I want to be bigger than that. You know, looking at the direction that BMG is going, we want creators from all sorts of different games and a variety, right? And so I want to do that for myself. I have this direction that I want to go in, and it starts with this, right? I would love to do podcasts. I would love to do all four of these things, right? But I think for me, it's figuring out where do I start. It's figuring out what's next in the channel, right? I have done a lot of thinking. You know, 2020 is huge, right? It's a new year. I've been streaming since July of 2018 at this point. So like I said, we're going on 2 years this July, and I really just want to try something new. Like this, last night was the first time that I did something on stream that wasn't video game related, right? I've played Call of Duty on stream. You know, I've played Dead by Daylight on stream. I've played, horror games on stream. I've played all these different things on stream, and obviously Fortnite's the one that I stream the most, because that's really what got me interested. You know, I have a good buddy, Zach, who started streaming just a little bit before me, and he's the one that got me into it, right? And he's doing his thing with Tarkov right now. He's finding opportunities that he enjoys playing, right? He kind of hopped off Fortnite a little bit ago because he saw how tilting, I got, and he just wanted to find something else, something more to play, and something that piqued his interest. And so, at this point, I'm still going to be focusing on streaming, right? Streaming is going to be my number one, and I think that's where a lot of my content is going to come from. But at the same time, I want to make YouTube a bigger priority than what it's been, right? I think that at this point, I'm posting something on YouTube once a month. And as a creator, and if I want to continue to grow and continue to make my brand bigger than what it is, I want to branch out. I want to do stuff that I enjoy. Mukbangs is on this list, right? Of potential things, because that's something that I myself am not 100% familiar with, and I want to go outside my comfort zone, right? There have been plenty of times where I've had food on stream, right? But I think it's different, because I, at that point, could cook the food on stream, almost do like an IRL stream, and then eat it with conversation, right? I think that's something that's really cool. Vlogs, like I did my World Cup vlog, and it was a lot of fun, and it was different because I have never done that before, and it actually is one of my most viewed videos on my YouTube right now is my World Cup vlog. Social experiments, right? There's been this idea kind of brewing of what happens if I approach this person with this question. What happens if I do this in public? What happens if X, Y, and Z, right? And I think that with that comes an idea of how do I translate into videos, right? You look at people like Cody Strong and Angry Picnic. You look at, some of these guys that are at university settings and trying these social experiments. They get really interesting results, right? And it's interesting because I watch, videos like Angry Picnic and Just Epic, and their type of videos are very heavily focused on pickup lines. They're heavily focused on doing these things towards women, right? But I think there's more to that, right? I think there's a sense of what would happen if I wore or walked around like, I don't even know, right? I think the possibilities are endless. And then podcasts and live chats, right? If you look at my Twitch and you look at the tabs below where you watch me stream, one of my best friends, one of my best friends, I have his podcast on my stream to promote it, right? And I think we have a good partnership in a sense that we want to be able to support each other, right? He started streaming, and his podcast, is very unique to his taste, right? But I think for me, like, I have so many things that I'm passionate about, and so many things that I want to talk about, and I think about podcasts and I think about live chats, and I think there's so much to be explored with that. I would love to do a podcast on video game culture and how people have grown up with video games, or what video games looked like, in their life, or how video games have changed their lives, right? I think there's a lot to that. I think that, especially at a college setting, there's a lot to be said with video games, especially with, esports growing as it is. It's crazy that this is coming into a college setting. Like, even when I was in college, honestly, it wasn't even that long ago. I was a freshman. Holy shit, 9 years ago. Well, 2011, and esports on a college campus wasn't even really considered. Like, the amount of time that has gone past and how much that has changed over that time period is ridiculous. Like, there's so much, and I know on my campus where I'm at, there are talks about bringing a team like that to campus. And if I could help be a part of those conversations and figure out what that looks like, I think that just opens the door for more content, right? Talking about what is it like to be a part of those conversations to develop something so large in the world today, right? Like, if anybody watches Tim the Tatman, right, he constantly talks about streaming and Twitch, years ago, where 10,000 viewers, 5,000 viewers was considered a lot of viewers. And now there are people like Tfue, like, he's pulling 24,000 viewers at any given time. 24,000 people, right? That is crazy. And obviously, like, there are going to be bots in there, and people are going to do view bots, but you're still getting like 20,000 unique people watching this stream, interacting with this stream. And that is ridiculous of how much time, such a short period of time that has gone by that we've gotten to this point, right? And so that's why I want to evolve, right? I enjoy what I do, right? My goal at some point, in this is to be able to stream full time. Starting off small and starting off where I'm at, it's difficult sometimes, right? And it's disheartening because sometimes, I look at the numbers and I see one viewer, or I see, 2 viewers, and I'm like, okay, am I ever going to get to that point? But I enjoy doing this, right? I took time off from streaming, to focus on my health. My health was a big concern last year, for me. Like, things still aren't, 100%, but I'm finding the joy in streaming again. And I want to find the joy in doing more creation and doing more stuff with the YouTube and doing different things. Like I said, I'm gonna, work on this montage and do some more with this, but at the end of the day, it's all about what I enjoy doing, right? And I enjoy making these videos, and I'm gonna continue to create on YouTube. I also want to get more involved on TikTok, because TikTok, I don't know what happened that TikTok blew up so fast, but TikTok has become one of those things where you could post one video and then you have millions of followers. Like, it is mind-blowing of what one social media brand or one social media platform can do for somebody. Now, I don't know what that pay looks like on TikTok. I don't know if there's compensation. Like, I don't know what that looks like. But at the end of the day, like, for a platform to blow up as fast as it did, like TikTok, it is ridiculous, right? Same with Vine. Vine exploded when it was there. And I think about Vine because the attention span of anybody these days is so short, and Vine had the perfect answer to that. 6-second videos, 6-second clips to pull somebody in to your channel. And it's crazy to think about being able to become instantly an individual that somebody is drawn to because you had one 6-second clip, right? You can go on YouTube, you can find compilations if you've never seen a Vine before, but there are Vines that my friends and I quote on the daily, and if you've been watching the stream, you'll know that, right? And it's stuff like that draws me to wanting to create, right? I have always wanted to create something, right? As a writer, like you know, write poetry and writing a book and all these things, but there's something about that visual appeal and that visual attraction of, you know, this video, or like, I'm watching this video, but I don't know what's going to happen next. But what I know is that I'm captured by what's happening. And so that's the direction that I want to go in. That is, for me, my next steps and my goals for what's to come this year. Like I said, we're still going to be creating videos. We're still going to be creating YouTube montages, and I'm going to be helping to create, you know, videos for BMG moving forward. But at the end of the day, like, that's not what I want to be constricted to. I want to be able to create things, and if there are things that you would like to see or things that you find interesting, let me know, because I'm one person, right? And I have ideas of things that I want to do. But at the end of the day, like, what I want to do, I also want my viewers, I want, you know, my friends to feel like they can pull that connection and relate to it, right? You know, I think about back to when I was in an undergrad, and, you know, Bear Claw started creating and writing a sketch comedy show called Sketch Credit on YouTube, right? And he had this passion, and he still does, right, of also wanting to create comedy and comedic pieces, and being a part of something like that people will still go back and watch and find funny. Like, that was so much fun. And, you know, we joke about it, but you know, about doing a 10-year reunion show of Sketch Credit. But I think that still just shows the passion of him wanting to create, right? And for me, like, I think I get a lot of that passion from him. I think I get a lot of passion from, you know, from my friend Robbie, who's constantly writing. And at the end of the day, like, I want to be a creative. Like, that's what I want to do. Now, getting to that is going to take a lot, right? And it's going to continue to be something that I strive for, and something that I want to be able to get to that point of being like, you know what, I've got all these ideas. Like, I'm uploading once a week, right? Maybe multiple times a week. That's my goal, right? Is being able to have the time to be able to do that and put this stuff out there. Now, when I think of creation and think of content, right, I don't think it's always going to be YouTube, right? It could be TikTok. You know, Gary Vee is one of my favorite individuals on TikTok, and he, you know, talks a lot about posting content, you know, multiple times a day, and almost spamming your content out there, which is, to me, mind-blowing, because, you know, growing up, I was like, okay, I always thought, like, you don't want to keep forcing stuff out there. Like, I would always post up on Facebook, right? I would always post a status. I would always post a status. I would always post a status. And looking back, I'm like, man, I was really annoying. But when you think about creation today, maybe it's not about sharing the status or sharing your opinion, but it's about sharing your creation, your creativity. And so that's where I'm going. And I know that I said that I was going to hop into, you know, going editing into the video, and we're getting to that point, but I kind of wanted to give you all a sense of where I want to go moving forward and what my goals are with YouTube and with Twitch and these other platforms, because as much as this is my journey, right, it's also my viewers' journey. It's who's ever gonna watch those videos at the end of the day. And I'm hoping that when I get to this point of doing more creation, I got to figure out what's happening with some of my equipment, right? I think my Go XLR is gonna help with that. My actual mic is gonna help with that instead of using this headset mic. And I need to spend some time on that, right? And I realize that as I go forward, and I hope that you all will all bear with me as I go through this, because it's also a time of exploration for myself, because I have never put this much focus on being a creative and producing content. Like, I guess I have with writing, but I don't know if that's the same, right? I think that with writing, right, you are getting all of your ideas out and you're still spending time on the editing and getting it perfect and having those internal conversations. But I think that, with content creation and with these videos that I have ideas for, it starts with writing, but you're taking that next step, right? You're now exploring what that looks like visually. You're exploring that with other individuals, whether it's people that I want to bring in and have these conversations with, or going out, and having these conversations with people on the street, or filming different things, or vlogging, or whatever this looks like moving forward. It's that extra added step, and that's the step that I want to take. And so this has been a rant, but I wanted to give you all a sense of where I'm going, and this is going to be, translated into a YouTube video, because I think it's important for those that may watch my content on YouTube compared to my content on Twitch, that they have a sense of where I want to go and what direction I want to take my channel and my brand. And I think it starts now, right? We're gonna work on this editing, but I want to stress that I don't just want to focus on one thing. And so with that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube, I would appreciate any support moving forward. Whether it's a like, whether it's a subscription, or not subscription, but subscribing, because that's going to be huge, right? I have so many things that I want to focus on, and these different platforms that I have that I want to be able to use, and it's about connection, right? And I want to focus on that moving forward. I want to build those connections with people. I want to build those connections with you all. So if you're watching this on YouTube, those of you that are watching this live on Twitch, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming to hang out. I know you're kind of at the tail end of what I'm kind of talking about. But I'm looking forward to what's to come, and I'm looking forward to 2020. So with that kind of being said, let's hop in.